Vicki McKenna Show, and I'll be right back. Welcome back to the program. Standing by with a piece of local news / scandal is Kenosha County Eye's chief reporter, Kevin Mathewson, who's standing by to talk about what looks like rigged justice. At least it did until you started to bring attention to this particular issue. Tell me what's going on in Kenosha with a former county board member. Police have investigated, but for months and months and months, it looked like the DA wasn't going to move on it. What's going on?
Hey, Vicki, thanks for having me on the show. So we're talking about Andy Berg. He was just unelected by one vote. So that just goes to show how much it's important for each and every person that cares to vote. And he was elected to the county board with an existing criminal record. He had DUIs, drug convictions, stuff like that. But yet his liberal district voted him in, and he started a nonprofit called Garden of Eden. And the mission statement was to feed the homeless by growing squash and these types of vegetables. And I got a hold of the bank records from Garden of Eden, and he was spending tens of thousands of dollars, what appeared to be for his own pleasure. Brand new tires for his truck, his daughter's college application fee, vacations, you name it, his personal energy bill at his home. He was using that bank account for a nonprofit as his personal piggy bank, and the Kenosha police investigated, and they referred criminal charges to DA Mike Gravely. He's a Democrat here in Kenosha. He's on his way out. He doesn't like these political things, so he sent it to Milwaukee, to Chisholm's office, and they declined to prosecute. Then after I emailed you and others, then now apparently the DA in Milwaukee is taking a, quote, second look at it. So it looks like now that the word is out, we might get some justice after all, but I don't think it should have to be this way. I think that these types of crimes should just organically find themselves in a courtroom sooner than later.
So why not the Kenosha County DA? Why did the Kenosha County DA kick the case to the Milwaukee County DA?
So he does this very often, is these cases that involve Democrats. He's friends with Andy Berg. They're both Democrats. They hang out together. They're buddies. He should have had somebody else in his office look at it, but instead he kicks it away. In my opinion, implicitly to make it go away, and that's exactly what happened. It went away. And now that we're talking about it here, and people are finding out about it, now all of a sudden they're taking a second look at it.
What, second look? So Kent Lover, and that's Milwaukee County DA, said we're taking a second look at it. But Michael Gravely, the Kenosha County DA, where this guy is, doesn't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. So again, let's go. We're talking about companies and organizations that gave thousands of dollars to Mr. Berg's what appears to be fake nonprofit Garden of Eden. Thousands of dollars. In one case, you detail in the Kenosha County Eye report, you did a $10,000 donation. Is any of that going to feed homeless people, or is he just buying, snowplows for his side business or White Sox tickets? I mean, did any of it go to feed homeless people, or is it all just his personal piggy bank? In which case, I don't care if he's your pal or not. You've got to take the Kenosha Police Department seriously, and at the very least, bring charges.
I agree with you. And the last line of the Kenosha police report basically said it didn't appear that any of this money was going towards this, quote, mission statement of the nonprofit. So I'm happy to say that none of these churches and local business, I mean, we have Meyer Foods, we have these giant corporations here in Kenosha County giving him checks for $10,000. None of them wanted to talk to me about their feelings on how this money is being spent. So the good news is at least the tap of money to his nonprofit to go to his wallet has ceased. So that's the good news. But I think what we need to see now is we need to see some accountability in the court system The Kenosha Police Department referred very serious felony charges for theft against Mr. Berg, and I would imagine, I can't speak for them, but I'm sure they're just as frustrated as I am. I mean, they did a very extensive investigation with multiple law enforcement agencies, spent a lot of money looking into this, and now it seemed like they're at a dead end, but maybe this second look.
Well, maybe some attention to this. This is pathetic.
Sure.
Because what you found in the course of your investigation, what the Kenosha police found, is that this nonprofit that was supposed to feed homeless people, but didn't feed a damn person, but did funnel thousands of dollars from churches. Shame on someone who would steal from churches. $1,489 for tires for his truck, White Sox game tickets, vacations, entertainment, and cash withdrawals. That was over $7,000 for vacations and cash withdrawals. Cell phone bills at $1,400. Electric bills and gas bills, $1,600. Personal loan payments, $1,600. Fuel and retail purchases, $3,100. Fuel tractor repair, $13,000. I mean, this guy's taking everybody for a ride, and he's going to get off if there's no attention to this. And that's because the Kenosha DA must have a wink-wink relationship with the Milwaukee DA. I'll just send it there. It's really not their case. And so they can say, we have declined to do anything about this. But because Kevin Mathewson at Kenosha County I starts stirring the pot, now maybe Milwaukee will take a second look, unquote.
Yeah, I think you're right there. And Vicki, with your help, I can bring it to my readers in the Kenosha County area, but you've got a bigger platform, and I think with your help, I think we're going to see some justice. So I thank you for giving this some of your time.
Let me ask about Gravely in Kenosha County. So does this DA just make it a habit of just taking a pass on anything that even whiffs of Democratic politics? So I guess if you're a Democratic politician, you can just, commit felony theft and you're good to go?
Yeah, and there's so many examples that I don't have. You don't have time, and I don't have time. But he does this all over the place in the county. You had a guy who resisted arrest and fought with county deputies, Kenosha County Sheriff's deputies, in the middle of a county board meeting. He told me he didn't have a conflict, and then he realized he started getting emails from local Democrats saying, "Don't charge this man," because he was a big-time lefty. And then he sent it over to Milwaukee County, and they dismissed all charges. So this is a pattern that we've seen, and good for us is D.A. Gravely he's done. He's resigning, but his replacement, his handpicked number 2, Carly McNeil, basically promised the other day at a debate she's going to do the same thing. She says anything that appears to be political, she's going to send to a neighboring county. And good thing we have Xavier Solis, a solid conservative that's running against her, and he said he's going to keep these cases in-house. If he's got a conflict, he'll have another prosecutor in the office take care of it, so there is no conflict. But like you said, the crimes are happening here in Kenosha County. They need to be prosecuted here in Kenosha County. Of course, there are some exceptions, but you got it right, Vicki. The wink and the nod, and I'll send it over here. It'll go away. That needs to end. And it goes away.
But for what you did, you just got an update, I believe, this morning from the Assistant DA Kent Lovern in Milwaukee County that he'll take a quote second look at this. But this is, you're going to dump this kind of case on Milwaukee County. Don't they have enough to do? I mean, they're not prosecuting the crimes they need to be prosecuting from Milwaukee County, let alone set aside time, to do the heavy lifting that the Kenosha County DA's office ought to be doing. And again, this is a wink-wink relationship, but for exposure, nothing seems to ever change. I appreciate what you did. There's a couple of articles at KenoshaCountyEye.com. People need to share this on social media. They need to spread the word, get it on Twitter or X, get it on Facebook, on TikTok if that's what you want to do. All of you link to the documents, you link to the police report. You never, from my experience and talking to you for years, Kevin, you never print something you can't back up. So I appreciate the report, and thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much. And to that point, I have a standing agreement to people in this community. If somebody can prove anything I've printed is wrong, I will give them $500 to their favorite charity, non-abortion related. No one's ever taken me up on that challenge, so I think you're right. I don't print something unless I can back it up. Thanks for your time today, Vicki.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. Kevin Mathewson, Kenosha County Eye, and we are going to take a quick break.